before you start on today's exercise, or before you redo Friday's exercise, I should say, I also wanted to go over question number 3 from Friday's exercise. And it says this: George has a candle in the shape of a cylinder. And they show an image of this cylinder here. The candle melts at a constant rate. The table below shows the amount of candle in cubic centimeters melted off at the given number of hours after burning started. So after 2 hours, 60 cubic centimeters have burnt. After 4 hours, 120 cubic centimeters have burnt. And after 6 hours, 180 cubic centimeters have burnt. All right? This is melting. And when I say burnt, I mean melted off. Okay? So this candle is melting at a constant rate. All right? If you look at this, you'll see that every 2 hours, this candle is losing 60 cubic centimeters. All right? 60 cubic centimeters have melted off there. That means that 120 cubic centimeters have melted off. Then 120 plus 60 more that have melted off means that 180 cubic centimeters have melted off. They want you to find the percent of the candle that is melted off after 7 hours. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to set up a ratio of the volume of candle that melted off after 7 hours divided by the total volume of the cylinder. All right? So let's start this off with the volume of a cylinder. The volume of a cylinder can be figured out using the formula volume equals pi r squared h. All right? Now you plug in your given information. I'm given that the radius is 4 and the height is 6. All right? So then I do pi equals 4 squared h. Pi equals 4 squared times 6. That means pi equals 16 times 6, giving us the total volume of 96 pi. This is the total volume of the cylinder. So the whole cylinder, let's assume that the candle started out at the very top of the cylinder, then melted down. All right, so the total original volume of the candle in the cylinder itself is 96 pi. All right? So pay close attention to what this is saying. It says that after 7 hours, what percent of the candle is melted off after 7 hours? All right, so that means that you see that 180 has melted off here. You know, every 2 hours, 60 cubic centimeters melts. All right, so that means that at hour number 7, 30 cubic centimeters have melted, or 30 more cubic centimeters have melted. All right, so 180 plus 30 gives you 210. That's the volume of candle that is melted after 7 hours. All right, so then you take the number that represents the volume that is melted after 7 hours, divided by the total volume, and you get 0.7. You do 0.7 times 100, and that will give you 70%. All right, that is the answer. 70% has melted off. All right, again, when you calculate this, make sure that you either use the app provided in Khan Academy, or use your calculator app here. See what I've done? 210 divided by 96 pi. It was 0.696. I rounded up to 0.7. Multiplied that by 100 and got 70%. All right? So that is how you do this problem.